How's it going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video here on our channel. I'm the FIFA Analyst. Today we are going to be having a bit of a discussion, a bit of a one-to-one with you yourself regarding the Mendy SBC, Pele SBC, and basically what I think is going to happen on FIFA 23 with regards to SBCs and what I think EA are doing right now to test the water. As always, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel is greatly appreciated. So recently we've been getting our FUTTIES SBCs, our SBCs in general, as we close in on the end of the year and moving into the new cycle of FIFA 23. The 85 times 10 repeatable, when is that coming? First of all, we got that at the first week of September last year. I imagine it may be similar or maybe a little bit earlier because we did have the Euros this time last year. So that obviously had a little bit of content available to it. But recently, we've had the Pele SBC, Moments Pele, 99 rated, come out. 92 rated squads, two of them, which is absolutely mad. And we also had the Mendy SBC, which sparked a lot of debate in the community recently. Now, I have been using Mendy. I was testing out Casemiro, hence why Mendy's on the bench. But I've been using Mendy. I went ahead and I got him completed. Me, of all people, completed one of the most expensive SBCs throughout the FUTTIES promo. When he came out, he was 2.4 million. Now, obviously, the market has come down substantially since then as people kind of do come away from FIFA and wait for that new one. So essentially, first of all, let's talk about Mendy and why I actually think he wasn't good value, but I understand why he was the price that he is. Now, what we saw with Barrea, who is absolutely incredible by the way, and value for money is better than Mendy, we saw everyone complete this guy and everyone run him in their team. Barrea, Italian, plays in Serie A. So a little bit harder if you're running a Premier League team to link maybe, or, you know, you're running a hybrid. But either way, an absolutely incredible SBC. Now, when you look at comparison, Mendy was 1.4 mil and Barrea was like 200k. 1.4 mil now, sorry, was 2.4 when he came out. And the reason I think this is EA certainly didn't want everyone to have Mendy in their team because, you know, he's obviously very good. He's a popular player. He's easier to link. And the centre mid change actually made that maybe a little bit harder. But either way, they didn't want every single person running Mendy in their team. They also wanted to test something, in my opinion. I'm going to go into that in a minute, but I also want to say about how Mendy, if you were serious about getting him done, he's only there for 2 weeks. You have a lot of upgrade packs available to do it. They've just recently recycled. In the 75 times 5, the 71 to 74, your common gold triple upgrades, your 82 plus player picks, all of these things and so on. Especially if we get this pack repeatable in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Mendy obviously would have expired by then. So you can do him via upgrading pretty easy. I started off with like just over 100k and I used loads of things in my club, you know, players that were objective cards, previous SBC cards to get him done. And I probably spent overall 400 to 500k over the space of finishing my FUT Champs weekend to go ahead and complete him. Now, what do I think EA did with Mendy? I think it's an experiment, basically. And what I mean by that is so many people actually did go and complete Mendy, even though he was 2.4 mil at the time of him coming out. We'll just go ahead and take a look at his card right now, as he is now at 1.4 million. My hypothesis is that next FIFA, we're going to start to look at monthly premium SBCs. I'm talking high-end cards that will be there for that month that would just be so grindable along with everything else that you have available on the game to complete. Because Mendy wasn't only 2.4 mil, he was also 17 sections, which is what really made it difficult to complete him, or a pain to complete him, I should say. If he was made up of 2.4 mil of 5 squads, it isn't anywhere near as big of a deal. But having 17 sections just certainly made it a little bit more difficult. Now, Pele has recently come out as well. We see a Pele with a lot of sections, 22 if I remember correctly, and the 92 rated squads. Now, Pele's a little bit different because he's an icon. He's going to be there again next year. Not many people will want to grind this card because of that. However, when we see that repeatable 85 times 10 come out, that card is then very easy to go ahead and grind. You think about your icons at the minute, they are there for months at a time to complete. And that's what we're going to start to get with SBCs throughout this year. Now, through next year, in my opinion, we have had SBCs on FIFA 22 that were there for quite a long time, but they weren't like premium, top tier, ahead of their time too much at the time of the release. And I just think that's where the Mendy SBC was such an experiment to go, how far are people willing to go when it comes to having these cards in their team? How eager are they to go ahead and complete them? Well, if you completed Mendy and you had Barea, what was the point? Just so many different questions that I think EA are going to come through and kind of ask and answer. Now, going back to Mendy, do I think he's worth it? I put a little bit of a bait tweet out saying that he was worth it. He's not worth it at 2.4 mil. At 1.4 now, he is one of the best centre mids in the game. So absolutely is worth it. But if you're sat here still playing FIFA 22, waiting for 23, something like Mendy that's there for 2 weeks is something for you to grind towards for the next 2 weeks. When people say there's nothing to do on the game, they are giving you things to do. If Mendy was 200k, along with all the other FUTTIES SBCs that we've been having, you really wouldn't have any reason to sit on the game and play. If Pele wasn't 22 options, 22 SBCs, you wouldn't be you would be like, I've got nothing to do. If he was 5, you just go ahead and complete it. Oh, then I've got nothing to do. So it's all about trying to keep engagement and keep people there. Now, are they overkill at times? Absolutely. Sometimes they are that little bit too much. Mendy probably would have been okay if he was at 12 and a similar price range. But that's kind of where I think EA are leaning towards and what they're wanting out of these SBCs to test how far are we willing to go as players, as consumers, to go ahead and complete objectives, SBCs, tokens, whatever it is, you name it. I will say, by the way, I think EA have done a fantastic job of keeping things engaged this year. Like last year, we had the Euros. This year, we don't have that, so it's a little bit harder. I don't think FUTTIES has been as good as what we've had in the past, but overall, I think they've kept things kind of fresh. I do think they need to change things up, by the way. I think the SBCs that we get are probably too predictable, too easy to read when they come out, how they come out, and so on. They're just that little bit, too comfortable to understand that every Saturday we get this, every Friday we get that. So Mendy, as a roundup as well, should you do him? I do think he's one of the best centre mids. Linking with Barea, you've probably got the best partnership there. The Pele SBC, if you really want to go all the way, go ahead and do it. But you've got to remember that we are just over a month away from FIFA 23. So maybe not spend too much time on that sort of stuff. Completely your choice, though. But Mendy, for me, definitely one that you could go and complete and just have a bit of fun with it. And it's uniqueness as well, right? Pele will be there next year. Mendy won't be there next year. Or he probably will be, but it'll be a different card. So it's all about the uniqueness to their cards. Bale. So many people completed Bale because we don't know what sort of card we're going to get from him next year. While as Eusebio, he's going to be there. We know that he'll be there regardless. So a few little things that kind of add extra onto that. So as a roundup, I think we're going to get bigger SBCs next year that will require so much more grinding, more than what we had this year with premium monthly SBCs that will be there for a long time for you to get. I think it was a test to EA. People bought it and went, yeah, we'll do it, even though the hardcore community said that's overkill. And then the kind of return rate on what you get from it. Let me know what you think, though, down below in the comments. Look forward to 85 times 10 repeatable for more grinding, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.